Hello, hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Let's get the next guided messages from God, divinity, whatever deities you work with. What is the next most important message? All right, Leo energies. Let's dive on in for Leos. All right, Leos, what's going on? Leo energies. Five of Cups, you could be moving through a period of sadness, emotional sadness, coming out of it, changing your perspective, beliefs. Hangman in the reverse here. There could have been some deception here or some kind of strategizing, some underhanded behavior. This could have caused a fallout in your connections with others. Leo messages. Sorry if this doesn't apply. Or this could be somebody external to you. You could have been dealing with a feminine earth sign. If this is not your reading, just let it fly and find another reader, of course. But yeah, it looks like you're coming out of anxiety. I think I'm speaking more for the masculines. We have a lot of masculine energy on this board right now. This is somebody who maybe has a hard time dealing with their own emotions. They might be coming out of some kind of conflict, or they were fighting, or there was something that was causing this person to be like deceptive. And this has caused a commitment to fall apart. So let's see messages for Leo. But if you're this feminine who has this earth sign placements, who's very stable, who could be very content, who is just, creating abundance, then that's your reading. So explore. They want you to explore. This could be like opportunities for work or different ideas regarding that. Let's get you Wisdom of the Oracle for Leo energies. Unfinished symphony. Maybe you're feeling something's unfinished here, like somebody here has unfinished business with you, or they're working on transmuting and closing this out. Deep knowing. Interesting. Anything else? Imagine. Here and now. So there's something about getting grounded and present that could be really beneficial. Messages for Leo energies. Calcification in the reverse. So it's like calcification is all about like a hardening. So this is a softening that's happening right now. And this could be some kind of alchemy or transmuting, or some kind of, we kind of have to get energy, not energy, but like charges or like opposing forces, right? We just had the full moon yesterday. We're still in Capricorn moon. Actually, I think it might have already moved into Aquarius, but this is about the sun and moon opposing. This is about when our field of energy comes into contact with somebody else's. There are lessons, there are, electricity and changes and shifts. So maybe this is as a result of something external to you. There could be a grounding down, or maybe more of a connection with your spirit team. You could be praying. Messages for Leo, or that's suggested. Continue to make those prayers as soon as you wake up. First thing, ask God, angels, whatever deity you work with, benevolent beings, spirits, ancestors, to guide you on your day, to protect you, to lead you to the understandings that you need to help you elevate and grow and ascend. Because whatever you ask for, you shall receive, right? Ask and the door will open. The uncreated. So you could be grounding something down to reality, or trying to. They definitely want you to kind of brainstorm and come up with different ideas. Let's see more about this energy. What is this about? Leo energies. Can you clarify? Thank you. Yeah, this could be regarding interesting. There's masks on this card. So there could be something about like revealing a mask, taking off a mask. This could be about authenticity. This could be about discovering more about who you are and grounding that down into reality. That's interesting how they have the shape of these hands, kind of, and then we have this little droplet, and you see the same exact thing came out here. So there's something about grounding down almost. But in order to do this, we have this triangle going upwards. So maybe there's something about having to realize something or balancing something. The three elements of reality, the base primal instincts, our physical selves, and love and gratitude, the highest kind of realm. Or you could be learning about like the number three and the relevance of the number three, and like the three realms, or the in all sorts of different religions and practices, including shamanistic ones. So anything else? Let's see. Cancer. This could be about like your home, your family, protecting yourself, your emotions, getting really grounded with your desires. Yeah, I think you're actually yeah. This could be about reflecting on the past. You could have been shedding a lot of things emotionally, which are allowing you to somehow create or step into like a new position of like healthier creating. But let's get you some tea leaf. Leo energies. Romance. Right away. Work. This could have been someone at work. Affairs with your family. There could be something to do with like real estate or family matters and money, or like patterns regarding that. Messages for Leo. Working with trees could also be helpful, like to ground your energy, to get close to like natural kind of greenness and fruitfulness and success here. Okay. Healing. Yeah, there's healing happening. Deep knowing. Tell me more for Leo. Yeah, they don't want you to work as hard. They want you to pull away, I think, at this time, and just rest. We are in a waning moon phase right now, so it's a good time to rest and reflect. I feel like there's like a spark or kundalini rising or something like that, Leo. March. You're transmuting something, you're letting go of something. This could be regarding work or romance or both. This is good because it'll actually allow. I'm sensing like you know when it rains and it's like right after that period of rain, there's this calm or there's this like freshness in the air that's clean, right? Leo, messages for Leo. Something about going with your like where you're being led at this time, kind of taking on like more of a lighter approach could be helpful, like a feather, like allowing yourself to be guided. Yeah, things will not always be this way. You're going to come to success. Okay, interesting. Leo. Psychic ability, trust your intuition. Tell me more. I think your intuition's leading you. Leo messages. Position of authority. Leo. Yeah, heartache. Someone could be taking like a hardline approach to something, like ending something, closing something out. Leo. This could be a woman. Oh. Love. Tell me more, Leo. Yeah, someone's a two-faced friend in reverse. So somebody's being real or authentic or honest, or they're speaking their truth, or protecting themselves, or Leo. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So that's what they want you to rely on. That's why psychic abilities in the future position, they want you to be the light so that you can be guided to the light. That's interesting. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So maybe this is like a burning or purifying kind of time for you as well. Someone could have been very stubborn or aggressive here. This could have been stemming from something in the family or belief or a lack of like love, or lack of unconditional love or something like that, or a lack of a connection to their own subconscious, their psyche and divinity. There could also be a birth or conception of some kind of enterprise, new job or career is here. So that could be on the horizon or it's being threaded into your reality. There's something about a key, a silver key could be relevant, or a needle, like sewing something together. I think this is really allowing you to see an opportunity or to move towards an opportunity. There's a door here that's hidden to you that you're not quite seeing yet, but it's here. And it's only after you remove something that's been like blindfolding you, like Eight of Swords sideways or the reverse. Yeah, there's something, a repetitive cycle that you're exiting. You could have guides as well, masculines, ancestors that are trying to guide you. They're trying to point the way. Yeah. This could be relating to a new job or the birth or conception of some kind of new. And this is only after getting out of some rigidity or stubbornness, because calcification in the reverse is a softening, right? Neptune rules water. It's all about connecting with everything. That is deep knowing here, right? So this could be in your work. There's something about releasing so that you can understand. I don't know. Leo. Well, yeah, something here was not, it was karmic, it wasn't spiritual. Because spiritual love in the reverse means for me like karmic. So this could have been something that was destined on your path to like help you ascend or evolve or change or mature, adapt. I mean, if you look back, after a few years at any relationship, you realize how it's pushed you into a new version of yourself in a good way, kind of, right? So anything else for Leo messages? Fall into my arms, surrender, holding opposites, extreme of life. And didn't I mention opposites when we started this? That's crazy. Amen. This is cosmic ancestor, and there's like a portal here, there's a gateway. They're trying to guide you to this door. See the light by staying grounded. So let's go ahead and see what that could mean. B, C, D, E, F, fall into my arms. So maybe you're trying to do something like in a certain way, like, because I don't usually actually like, I don't know, there's something about like being more flexible. Like you don't, if you're quantum leaping, you don't have to go from A to B, right? You can just, or from A to Z, you can just go, you don't have to go through the entire alphabet. You can just go A to Z, right? Like it's like a wormhole, okay? The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. So the Great Mother, Mother Nature, right? The earth-based religions, the truth, beyond any kind of control or ignorance. She knows how challenging life can be. that being human can be lonely or confusing. The polarity of separation can be excruciating when the soul remembers the oneness of Source, but at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we mean it to make that we're being rewarded, and things are bad. Perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and lows of human experience and let them initiate you more fully into life. Also, these lessons we take into next lifetimes, right? We evolve. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts. I want you to just drop it, let it go. You might need to check out Michael Seeley's hypnosis. He has one for negativity, and it's like a experience. It's an experience to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms. So maybe you're working with an altar to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they also are magnificent, or maybe like a memorial place to memorialize ancestors. What do you call that? Like a memorial, I guess. I don't know. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. Starkeeper. Let's see. You're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and the species comes to a head, and this is why we're awakening. They say the Native Americans predicted this would be like the golden time. I think it's like kicking in now, which makes sense. And I think they predicted this. Like I think there's a French astrologer who predicted this time as a golden era, a Renaissance. Right? Last time we had Pluto in Aquarius, we had a Renaissance era because Aquarius rules like divinity or like eureka moments and also connections. When we have connections between so many people and huge networks of computers, it allows us to evolve quickly, right? We're connecting. It's kind of like collective consciousness. You might be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light, perhaps taking a trip or living in a certain location. You may also find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. Yeah, you're elevating your frequency so you can communicate with your ancestors or highest angelic benevolent beings. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy becomes, and the less reactive humanity is. I think they did a study that the lowest frequencies, like when you're grounded, or are just as fat. Like the slow oscillation is just as it can travel and make information travel, or something like as fast as like it's like similar to the highest frequency. So it's like when you get so grounded and balanced and you're balancing both, you have polarities. It's giving like a tree. Like the tree has to have its roots in the ground and get grounded, right? Because without it, it would just tip over and die, right? So, but it still needs to reach beyond the ground and it needs to reach up to the sky, to the heavens, right? So there's this balance of those two polarities of like a groundedness will help you reach the highest peaks. Interesting. Yeah, there could be new beginnings here. 111 is the page, so pay attention to any angel numbers you're seeing. Let's get you some juicy messages. All right, Leo energies, messages for lovely Leo people and placements from your spirit team. That was a lot, I feel like. They didn't think it would work out for you. They can't play with your intelligence. Taking better care of your mental state. You're going to win a lot of trophies in your life. Time to shake it off. Yeah, you could also do like a little cord cutting or clearing or like a shaking off of energies. I think there's maybe talk to ChatGPT. It's great for information. Like ask them how to do a cord cutting. It's very simple. I think though, like there's something about shaking it off or using cleansing your energy. You were used as a mirror, so maybe your energy was helping somebody else also learn the lessons that they had to learn, right? So best friend watching over you. So if you have a passed on loved one that's a best friend, they could be guiding you at this time. Anything else for our lovely Leo energies? Oh. We have don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. So you could be doing like inner work, changes, transformations, ego death, yeah. And I was sensing this because we have this August, which can be associated with Leo. We are approaching Leo season. I think Mercury is already in Leo. Yes, it's in retrograde in Leo. So we're reconsidering a lot of, Mercury rules the mind, and in Leo it rules our relationships, our romance, our relation to creativity, our children, our happiness, our joys, our hobbies, and also our soul, our connection to our soul. And forces things on you, forces way in, uses force to get what they want, aggressive. So maybe this is changing. Challenge yourself to be better. And we have Napoleon complex. So maybe somebody has like a little bit of insecurity. 911 warning. This can make them a little bit too aggressive. It's an opportunity, not a challenge. Mindset shift. And that's why we come here. It's like a game. Leveling. If games didn't have levels, it wouldn't be that fun. Wants to take over your life force energy. And we have Baphomet. Interesting. Any extra messages for Leo? So maybe you need to make sure you're not working. Well, do what you want through reality, right? So Leo, I don't know, but probably shouldn't be working with anything that's too toxic. Focus on what you now want. Okay, messages for Leo energies. Messages for Leo. Yeah, this could be actually no. Actually, this could be the stagnancy leaving you as well. Baphomet spirit or demonic entity, because that was near calcification. So it's like as you clear something out. Interesting. Their intentions to cause chaos in your life and focus on what you now want. And I think that's about it. That's all I have. So very interesting reading. Maybe we'll get an angel. Yeah, actually, let's see what your advice is from the angelic tarot for your actions. What is Leo's advice from the most benevolent, highest path, highest timeline for Leo energies? Making a choice, changing a decision as well. Queen of Cups energy. This could be about taking a softer approach, redemption, interesting, chastity. And Nine of Cups, focus on your happiness and your joy, healing, preserves health, and cures diseases. I hope you enjoyed this quick little reading. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link. We'll leave a tip through there. Best of luck. Take care.